Alright, welcome everyone to the first lesson on pro tips. So, as mentioned in the last lesson, a pro tip is essentially tips from us, tip from the team, from professionals like us, that we have come together and created a decision for you if you're being a bit indecisive. If you've created your own decision, perfect, stick to your own decision because you know what's best for you. But as a pro tip, it's more from what do we recommend as professionals. So the first pro tip of this course is which platforms should you focus more on? And we want to teach you more about choosing and focusing which selling platforms or do you want to use, etc. Now, in the competitive world of online selling, it's really valuable that you choose the right platforms to focus your energy on and get the greatest output. So that's what this pro tip is about. Now, spoiler alert, focus on Tilt and Vinted Pro for clothing sales. Now, great thing about Tilt, as I said, showcase your charisma, showcase who you are as a seller, and showcase everything, about yourself and create a loyal customer base that way. In our next course, we'll teach you how to make £1,000 plus a week profit through live streaming only. And that is very easy, actually. You'll be very surprised at how good live streaming is. It seems very complex at first, but don't worry, we will teach you everything in the next course and on our Patreon as well. Vinted Pro, it offers a passive-esque format of selling, format of income, in the sense that you can put your effort in at the start and it will pay off in dividends, in the sense that, you put the work in through the photography product description, people buy it, the good, and you can ship it off. That's very passive. You can do that in your own time. The active income is via live streaming, etc. So we recommend a balance of both to get the benefits out of each. For example, the passive income-ish out of the selling here through Vinted, eBay, Depop, things like that, and the active income through selling on Tilt and whatnot, live platforms, etc. So you get the balance of the both, you get the benefits of the both, and the cons also balance each other out as well. So one thing that I want to mention a little bit about is a platform that many of you may not be familiar with. If you're in the US watching this video, you will know about Poshmark. You guys fortunately still have Poshmark. Now, a bit of an anecdote from ourselves as a company. A couple of years ago, we were selling greatly on a platform called Poshmark. Now, Poshmark came to the UK, came in and died after a few months. Now, Poshmark was absolutely incredible for small sellers because you had to sign up in advance and you got permission to sell on there. And we were selling items, I'm not joking, every few seconds we had a sale come through over just, we had 1,000 items at the time only. Seconds, we'd sold our entire stock and it was a dream come true. However, Poshmark eventually went bankrupt in the UK and they had to go. Now, why am I telling you this? Learn from this anecdote in the sense that always look around for opportunities, never settle. This is not just in reselling, this is in life in general. Never ever settle. Always look at other platforms, other avenues available, even if we're not here to help you within the courses. Even if you don't decide to go with our other courses in the future, don't decide to join us for the other courses that we have lined up for you, never ever settle. That's what we want to teach you. Diversify, be adaptable, etc. It's always evolving. Business is always evolving. One platform, if it doesn't work as expected, if you're not making sales on one platform, shift your focus to another one. Always be adaptable. Like I said, that doesn't just apply to reselling. That applies to many platforms, many avenues of your life in general. Diversify. Don't rely on a single platform. Diversify your selling strategies. Get other sources of income. Have other platforms that you sell on. Live stream. Focus on Vinted, all of these amazing things, and you will be successful in business and in reselling. For example, a seller might use Vinted for clothing while experimenting with Tilt a little bit. Use one platform, for example, Vinted, if it's going well, giving you a generous overtime income. Use Tilt to experiment. Maybe do a 2 to 4 hour stream one evening. If that works, amazing. Balance things out. It's all about balancing risk and maximizing opportunities in business and in reselling. Now, one thing that we want to mention is about in-person sales. Now, again, this is something a little bit advanced. We'll mention this in the later courses. In-person sales is absolutely incredible in the sense that in-person sales, like mentioned, create that irreplaceable personal touch, which cannot be shifted, which cannot be replaced by any sort of online commerce. It just will not happen. Now, I know AI does a pretty good job. These platforms are amazing, but it will not be replaced. university sales, college fairs, yard sales, car boot sales, as we say in the UK. They offer a one-to-one direct interaction with buyers. You, as a face to a customer, you're much more likely to sell yourself, to be able to sell the good. It's just not the same as Vinted and eBay and all these other platforms. But live streaming, as mentioned, does offer that to some extent. Now, these events are often low cost. For example, university sales, we used to sell at a lot. It was just a 10% fee of total sales. That's great. You might have a pitching fee, maybe £50, $50 at a lot of these sales, a lot of these fairs. That's relatively low if you're selling, decent volume over that day, because again, the benefit of that is that you're targeting a smaller customer base, fine. However, you're going to have a lower competition as well, which is incredible. Now, in the next course, in the Reselling Revolution, Quit Your 9 to 5, as well as our Patreon subscription, we will discuss the advanced methods about how to maximize in-person sales through these college fairs, university fairs, car boot sales, etc., and how to capitalize off your own charisma, capitalize off your own personality to be able to generate very, very, very high incomes through these short stints of sales. So in the next course, we'll teach you more about how to adapt yourself for in-person sales, negotiating deals with facilitators, etc. We also offer a service where we can help you negotiate through our connections, etc., and things like that. And we'll also teach you pro tips about how to build partnership and focus your attention with these facilitators and create exclusive sales for yourself, which other sellers just won't be able to do. It's an incredible, incredible opportunity for yourself. Now, what are the final thoughts about this pro tip? So, key takeaways: choosing the right platform is essential to success in reselling. Diversification in any aspect, not just reselling, in business in general, it's incredible. It will mean that you don't rely on one income source. You'll be able to have multiple income sources to boost up your overall income. If one platform dies, focus on the other, etc. It's just amazing in that sense. And it ensures resilience against market fluctuations. If Vinted crashes one day, no worries, you got Depop, haven't you? You got eBay to build yourself up. Just embrace adaptability. What I mean by that is that embrace the fact that you got to adapt to every single situation. If one platform crashes, adapt to another one. Just adapt in general. Just be adaptable as a business person. So our overall pro tip at the end of it: focus on Tilt and Vinted, or whatnot, or whatever platform you want to focus on for live streaming. Essentially, what we're trying to say: focus on a live streaming platform and focus on a online selling platform that you upload your products and people buy offline, essentially, or when you're not there, essentially, is what we mean. So choose a live streaming platform, choose a in-person platform, and that will diversify you from the start on, and this will allow you to grow your business. Now, in the intermediate course, we'll teach you many, many more pro tips, for example, in-person selling, as mentioned. And now, guys, it's time for the first mini assignment. So in the next video, we will teach you more about how to be successful in your first mini assignment. We are not going to, kick you off the course if you do badly in this. This is for yourself. You are not obliged to send us anything if you don't want, but this is just a way of you culminating exactly what you have learned in the first module. So we will see you then.